Break week is over. One Piece 1158 will finally be released this week. As a first serving, the editor has already delivered the opening message for One Piece 1158, and the official preview has spread across the internet. Yup, let's break it down. Welcome to Super Synth D Studio, where One Piece spoilers hit different. If you love wild theories and hype breakdowns, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's dive in. Here it is, the preview for One Piece Chapter 1158, Rocks and Roger, the era of the legendary pirates, followed by the editor's comment, Rocks, Harold, Roger. It seems the fateful connections of the past are being revealed one after another. The era of legendary pirates? Okay. From both the preview and the editor's comment, it's clear that One Piece 1158 will continue the flashback of Loki, though it's drifting further and further into history. This time, the focus will shift to Rocks D. Zebek and Gold D. Roger. Could we finally be getting a flashback to the god? Valley incident in One Piece 1158? Yup, let's talk about it. At the end of the last chapter, we saw Gorosei St. Mars sending a message to be delivered to Harold. The message contained the conditions for Elbaf to join the world government, and one of those conditions was that they must kill Rocks. It seems St. Mars entrusted this message to Admiral Kong because it's clear there's a close connection between Harold and the Marines. That's why the Gorosei chose Kong as the messenger. Even though Harold really wanted Elbaf to join the world government, there's no way he'd follow the condition that required him to eliminate Rocks D. Zebek. Why? Because we already know Harold is someone who always repays his debts. Back during the Reverie 56 years ago, he owed his freedom to Rocks. If Rocks hadn't caused chaos in Mary Jouais, Harold would have been captured then and there. This was proven by Loki's statement in One Piece 1152, when he revealed that it was the world government who killed Rocks D. Zebek, not Harold. That's why Elbaf only officially became part of the world government about 20 to 14 years ago. This happened when Harold returned to Mary Jouais for the second time. The same moment when Harold met Shanks there. Next, we'll be shown the incident of Shakuyaku's kidnapping by the world government. In One Piece 1096, Garp told Kong that the world government had taken the treasure crown of Hachinosu Island, and that was why the pirates wanted to take it back. And yes, in One Piece 1157, it was shockingly revealed that the pirate island's treasure, the crown jewel of Hachinosu itself, was Shakuyaku. Her kidnapping on Pirate Island was incredibly suspicious. Imagine, what Marines would dare to walk into the den of the Rocks pirates? It's obvious there was a traitor among the Rocks crew. That's the only way Shaki's kidnapping could have even happened. So who was the traitor in the Rocks pirates? We still haven't seen Kurozumi Higurashi. She knew Kaido. She knew about the Rocks pirates. And she could even transform into Shiki. This witch returned to Wano 41 years ago, which perfectly connects to the Rocks flashback timeline. Currently set 42 years ago, it would be fascinating if Higurashi was involved in Shaki's kidnapping. After all, where else did she obtain the powerful devil fruits she gave to Orochi and Kanjuro? One Piece 1158 also seems likely to reveal the birth of Marshall D. Teach, which took place 40 years ago. In One Piece magazine, Volume 8, Oda even drew the sketch of Blackbeard's mother. Could this chapter finally confirm her as the wife of Rocks, D. Zebek, and the mother of Blackbeard? Very interesting. Next, the timeline of 39 years. Ego, 1 year before the God Valley incident, is also extremely important. This was when it was said that the Roger Pirates and the Rocks Pirates once clashed. At that time, the Roger Pirates also reached the final island of the New World, Lodestar. Could their encounter with Rocks have happened there? During this meeting, Gloriosa told Roger that Shakuyaku had been kidnapped by the Celestial Dragons. This aligns perfectly with what Roger said when he first landed on God Valley back in One Piece 1096. Gabin said, "There's no special treatment for captains here, Roger." And Roger replied, "It's been a whole year. Do you know how I've felt all this time?" Roger was in love with Shakuyaku. That's why he couldn't calm down after learning she had been taken by the Celestial Dragons. Gaben's words even hinted that both he and Roger were competing for Shaki's love. This makes it even more convincing that the true cause of the God Valley incident, the reason both Rocks and Roger arrived there, was because of Shakuyaku, even though they weren't certain if she was really there. There's also a wild rumor that Rayleigh was actually the real winner of God Valley, that he defeated Garling and rescued Shakuyaku. When the slave hunt at God Valley was about to begin, the announcer declared he had prepared a special prize for whoever won the grand game. On stage there were 6 treasure chests, each likely containing devil fruits. But the real grand prize wasn't the devil fruits. The ultimate prize was the crown jewel of Pirate Island, Shakuyaku. In Sengoku's perspective of the God Valley flashback, we saw Garp and Roger fighting against Rocks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kato. We also know Gaban fought Summers. Meanwhile, Rayleigh faced Figarland Garling. As the victor, Garling should have been the one to claim the grand prize, fighting Rayleigh for none other than Shaki herself. And yes, as additional info, the full spoilers for One Piece. 1158 will drop on Tuesday, followed by the detailed summary on Thursday. The scanlation will arrive on Friday, and the official Manga Plus release will be on Sunday. As for Oda's author comment for One Piece 1158, no word yet. Hopefully, we don't get another break next week. So, is One Piece 1158 finally setting the stage for the ultimate clash between the Roger Pirates and the Rocks Pirates? And is Rayleigh truly the unsung MVP of God Valley, the man who saved Shakuyaku? Let me know your wildest theories in the comments below. And if you're hyped for the final saga, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Super Synth D Studio, and ring that bell, because the craziest secrets of the One Piece are only just beginning.